Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. Today I'm back with my friend Chris Opper, who typically I see at the Red Putter when I got creamed by my brothers. When we got creamed.
We got creamed,
But now
yes.
we're talking about a different subject. So we're going to be talking about the Door County Film Festival, and we call it the Short Film Festival.
Yes.
And I had no idea that Chris was the main head honcho. So I'm going to let you just take it away and tell people about who you are, how did you get involved, and let's get people interested in this.
Okay, I'm a filmmaker. I've been doing that for 25 years. And when my wife and I moved here to Door County, she grew up here, wanted to move back home to be a part of the Red Putter.
Yep.
Her family family business, and that's why we moved here. And I naively was under the impression that like I'll be the only filmmaker, I'll be the only one doing these things. So I kind of took it on myself that I was going to have to create a video world, so to say, for myself, and I'm going to be that guy. Well, then you move up here and find out how many talented people there are and whatever. So Joel Kurzabit owned Base Camp,
Yep.
the coffee shop in
Sure.
Sister Bay. And he had a film night, UW Milwaukee, through the Peninsula Art School in Fish Creek. They kind of teamed up together, and UW Milwaukee brought these films to show at Joel's coffee shop. And so I went to that, and I just offhandedly afterwards, while we were talking about what a great night it was, I said, I've always wanted to run a film festival.
And it's really tiny in that little basement
It's very
that we had
small.
for the
Yeah.
base
We
camp.
squeezed, when we started the festival, it was like 30 people, and it was just,
it's full.
but I learned that night that when you say something like, I've always wanted to start a film festival, that's basically what you're going to be doing now,
Now it's your full-time
because
job.
not only there were a couple of filmmakers in the room when I said it. Joel is just a guy that when you throw an idea at him, then he the next time you talk to him, it's like, well, I've been thinking about this, and so.
So you guys all banded together, sort of.
Joel and I did.
Okay, just
we,
the two
we
of
both,
you. Yeah.
We both just kind of went, let's do this next year, and so the next year we did our own festival. We called it the Door County Mini Movie Night.
Okay, and what year was that?
That would have been 2010.
Okay.
I believe.
Around that.
2009.
Okay.
Because my son was just born. He was in the little carrier, and then we brought
You
him.
brought him everywhere.
watched some movies with us. So we started that. We did that. I think 3 years. We did the coffee shop, and he just said, well, we need to branch out. We need to get bigger. Mm-hmm. And he suggested that we went to Sister Bay Advancement Association and asked for help. And they were all about it. They just loved the idea, wanted to do it. We set up in the Village Hall, and that's where we were for up until about 3 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years ago was our last at the Village Hall.
Okay.
And then we started talking here at Northern Sky at Gould. Last year we did our first festival here, and it was just fantastic. Fantastic place to be.
So in the time that you went from the basement at base camp and then to the Village Hall, when you were at the Village Hall, what kind of because that's not that big either. Like
No.
once you get in there,
Yeah.
it's just the upstairs and it's just what you have. What kind of feedback did you get right away when you got in there?
From people that were attending?
That were attending it?
Everybody loved it. Like all the years, randomly I'll just have somebody come up to me at Piggly Wiggly and be like, hey, are you doing the festival again this year? And I'm always kind of, oh, okay, because I get wound up in like what I'm doing, what the, like everything that, like, I really don't take the time to step back and go, this is a packed house. Like we have, there's a 90-person capacity, 97, I think, at the.
These people are interested in what
Village
you are
Hall.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we always had a completely packed room.
Okay.
So people really enjoy.
So when you talk about people enjoying it, do you talking about more locals at that time, or are you talking about this is people heard about it and they came from all over because they were like, wow, they're having this short film festival and we want to check it out, and these are some pretty amazing films. Like, how did you get it out there where it became part of the Northern Sky now? Because this is a pretty big venue.
Yeah. I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, the first couple of years, definitely it was all just local people. We didn't even know how to get the word out, but just little by little. I go to film festivals a lot. And in fact, this is one of the few times in my life that I'm a bit of a forward person. In my personal life, I'll walk right past you at a store unless you talk to me first. Like I'm just
You're
a
just a little
shell.
more of an introvert than
I am. But like at a festival or in the film setting that I put myself in, I'm a little more outgoing. So like I found myself at film festivals just going up to people and saying, I loved your movie, can I show it at my festival?
Well, that's because you have a passion for it.
Yeah.
So like when you like something, you really want to talk about it, but then you don't want to talk about price of oranges or something like that, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It pulls something out of you that you didn't know you even had when you get this excited about
Okay.
something.
Well, why don't you talk about how, when you got to the Northern Sky here, I asked you, do you have an office here?
No.
So how do you work with these? How do you get this all ready for this? Because it takes a whole year for you to get this event going.
Yeah.
Do you have helpers? Do you have to work
Yeah.
from home? What do you do?
All of that.
Okay.
So, primarily this is a side thing for everybody involved. A lot of stuff is done at home on a computer, on my laptop. We have meetings every couple of weeks just to.
And when you say you have
see-
meetings, it's you and Joelle.
No, actually, Joelle took a step back and said,
It's all yours?
yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So, a while back, he would attend every meeting, and then at the end of the meeting, he'd say, "Well, I really didn't have anything to contribute there," and because it was all the technical stuff. It
Sure.
was, and this is where it kind of gets really interesting putting on a festival, because now I'm kind of that guy.
Yes.
That we have these meetings and we talk about this, we talk about this, and we talk about this, but it's not the stuff that I'm doing.
Right. You're
it's
more about the film parts of it,
Yeah.
and you have to have people get out there promoting it. What else they have to do? Sell tickets.
Tickets, sponsors, just the media part involved of getting it out on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, and getting information to people or setting up everything here that we need to do at the Gould. It takes a lot of people to do that.
Okay.
So I mentioned Sister Bay Advancement Association.
Like Louise and John.
Louise
and everybody.
and Ellie from
Yep.
there.
They're really go-getters.
They are still very much involved in how we put this thing together.
Okay.
And we have Mickey Rash from Door County North.
Yep.
So the five of us get together every couple of weeks.
A meeting of the good minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a job. Everybody's got something that they're going to,
Sure.
and that's where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch movies.
I wish that was my job.
There is quite a bit that I need to keep up on, but.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us what movies are going to be at this year's Northern Sky? I know you have a little list here of things.
Yes, yeah. We are starting off the whole thing with on Friday night, February 16th. We started all off with Love Differently, directed by Emma Seward out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
This is a feature film, and it is about a woman that was adopted, and she grew up not knowing her family, and as she grew older she wanted to know her family, and she kept trying to go to the courts and find out who her family was, and they kept saying, you know, they signed in on they don't want to know, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then finally I think there was one person that reached out to the family, and the family was like, yeah, we want to know her. Okay. And they all all got to know each other. Yeah. Later on in life, they all are this wonderful family because she persisted and kept going with it. And it's a great movie, very inspiring. So then that leads into the next feature that night, Puppy Love by Gail Gilbert. Another very inspiring movie about dogs.
I heard a little bit about it.
Yeah, we were talking about it off camera.
I was blown away.
Yeah, this lady had a litter of puppies that ended up being paralyzed because of the vaccine that they had taken. So they took the dogs to the vet, and the vet just said, you have to put these down. That's what you do in this situation. And her and her friends decided, no, we're gonna help these puppies out, and hopefully
don't tell them what they do.
Hopefully we can get them. Yeah, hopefully.
You got to come and see it.
Friday night has become our feature film night.
Yeah, because it's called the Door County Short Film Festival, but you said that this is the last year that you're going to call it the Short Film Festival because you have some feature films.
Yeah, we are talking more and more every year about dropping the short and just becoming a full-fledged film festival. We've been accepting feature films for years now, so.
Okay.
And that started with the pandemic when we've always worried about time. We don't feel we have the capacity to do more than like a full day, right, and then the evening show to start off. A lot of festivals are 3-4 days, and that just seems like a lot. So when the pandemic hit, we showed a few features.
Okay.
And because it was limitless, we could just we put them all online.
People were looking for things to do. They didn't mind. It was not short.
So then, that's kind of cool. So we added a feature film on usually just the Friday night. Mm-hmm. And then even like last year, we had a feature on Friday, and then we ended with a feature on Saturday. So we're doing the same thing again this year.
Okay.
But this year we have 3 instead of 2. So I mean, it's just growing and growing.
Yeah.
Another thing, one of the reasons that we're reaching that way, independent films are getting better and better and better and better every year. I'm blown away by what people do with a short film. But more recently, the short films are getting longer. I had to decline a few that were like just because they were 45 minutes long, and I couldn't see how to fit it into this our small little package here. But the feature films that are coming in, the ones, the 2 that we're showing are an hour and 15 minutes long. That's a feature film. Mm-hmm. Those are getting better and better and better on this independent level or lower, non-Hollywood level. Mm-hmm. So since they're getting better and better and better, it's getting harder to just be a short film festival.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're going to have to keep going here and read down that list because I'm still interested.
So then on Saturday, starting, we open the doors here at the Gould at 12, and we start showing films at 1 o'clock. The first one is Animated Life by Jason Love. out of Sturvient, Wisconsin. I think I'm saying the word. And that one actually I saw at the Waiawega Film Festival this last year. And I was like, oh, that's a great movie. I'm going to have to seek that one out. And they had already submitted to the Door County Short Film Festival. So there were 3 films at the Waiawega that I loved and was like, oh, I hope they submit to ours. And a week later, I found out that they had.
Oh, good.
That's another thing that's been really cool about all this is that all the film festivals are kind of getting, like you're meeting, you're meeting people because of this festival, and so the films will show at a few of them. So if you don't,
and you guys can say, hey, you have to see this one. Did you not see this one? You can kind of give each other tips.
Really get people talking.
Okay. Yeah.
So then the next one, Cappuccino, directed by Jacob Lefevre. He's a student at UW Oshkosh. Okay. So it's a student film done very well about how to deal with a rude customer.
Ooh.
If anybody around here.
Everybody at Owls needs to see that.
But this is actually
the trying to have a training session on that.
The proper way to deal with a rude customer.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes.
Okay.
So after that, we have Ballad of a Mushroom Cloud. That's coming from Appleton, Wisconsin. Len Baruso. A movie about Dan Davies, who's a local actor from Appleton, kind of getting a big name that he's been doing a lot of things for a lot of years, but he's recounting the story of his grandfather in World War II. Once again, saw at the Waiawega Film Festival, but I've known Dan Davies for quite a few years. The next one, Visitant of Paris, directed by Jeremy Strom. And this one was out of Paris, France. Just a really cool short silent film.
Oh, it's a silent film.
Next one is The Giver by Emily Schumann out of Chicago, Illinois. That's a really great movie. The next one's Spark Plug by Cole Sheldon out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Sheboygan comes up quite a bit. There's a few coming out of Sheboygan. Okay. And I know that they're involved in what's called the Belladonna Film Project. They meet like once a month and discuss their own films, other films, kind of just to get together. I haven't attended this yet. I keep telling them that yet. But there's a lot going on in Sheboygan that
who knew?
Is really interesting, yeah.
Us normal people that don't get into the film aspect of it, we just like watching them. We don't know these things. So This is good to know.
And that's why we do a film festival, to talk about. I mean, there's a lot going on that don't get noticed. So we're doing our best to get some things noticed. Right after that is Two Truths and a Lie, directed by Owen Alabato, who is from here in Door County. He has a background in film. He was in LA. Actually, it was on a few
How do they get
high-profile
here? How do they come here to Door County from LA? It's just crazy.
Sometimes, you just
not that it's not possible,
have a connection.
But yeah.
How does anybody get here in Door County?
Wow.
But he's also came here and was like, well, I'm a filmmaker. I'm gonna have to be the guy making films. And then he was kind of taken aback by how much is happening around here. So he's pretty excited about that too.
Okay.
Then there's The Birth of the Modern Snowmobile by Nate Shepard. It's a documentary about Carl Eliasson, who was, and it's written up as, and his essential contributions to the development of the modern snowmobile. And then we finish off the 1 o'clock block with Stairs, directed by Jeff Porter out of Chicago, Illinois. And that's just a cute little movie. Sorry, the 3 o'clock block. The first one is Reach New Heights with Frank Weber, directed by Will Kaiser. He's out of Appleton. Will has been here a few years. People will remember him when they see him. Good funny guy. He's actually a musician, and most of what he submits are music videos. This was actually a cute little movie that they put together. Then there's Woodland of Wonder, Wisconsin's first preserve. This is out of Green Lake, Wisconsin, directed by Brenda Hughes. It's about how preserves got started, and that actually happened here in Wisconsin. So that's a great.
I didn't know that.
Out of Ripon.
Huh.
And then after that, we have Stone Carver, directed by Jeff Blankenship out of Madison, Wisconsin. There's a group of filmmakers that around Madison, Wisconsin, that all get together and work on projects together. They're a very inspiring group. They've come here. We've shown their films before. So it'll be a big group coming. That'll be really fun to see all of them.
Yeah.
They have two films submitted this year. And then there's Nothing by Riley Wadzinski out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Another one of those Sheboygan connections. Following that, When You're Here, Your Pizza, which is directed by, you have to say it that way.
Good title.
When You're Here, Your Pizza is how
like
you have to say it. Directed by Tim Schwagel. He's been here before.
Okay.
And I anticipate that he would probably come here as well. He's a good young filmmaker and doing really good things. Another one of these collective, I'm going to talk about this a lot. One of my favorite things about independent film is you just put the word out there that, hey, I got this movie I want to work on, and people will come out of the woodwork, and you develop friendships. And so this group, it's like I've talked with all of these guys. One guy will just call, hey, I finished my script, and Tim will, all right, I'll shoot it. And another guy,
that's
I'll
great.
edit, and they all get together, and it's very fun to hear about those guys. Once again, When You're Here, Your Pizza.
I like that.
And then the next one is Expiration Dates. This is another one that I saw at the Waiawega Film Festival. And it's about an older couple that they collect obituaries.
I like reading obituaries too.
I really feel like.
And then when I read one and
will-
there's no information, I'm like, that was lame. They should have told more about his history. What happened? Yeah.
Yeah, and this is how they, how the deceased are remembered and how people will remember them. So
Okay.
this is another one that just kind of came when I watched it. It was like immediate. This one's going to be in the film festival. Comrade, directed by Toby Keaton out of New York. I don't want to say much about this one because it's one of those, when you see it, it just grabs you.
Okay.
But it's I think World War I.
I was going to say, is it a war movie?
Yeah.
Because Camarade, doesn't that mean like it's your partner or Camarade is your...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that is Raising the Stakes. It's a music video by Frank Maloney and Dan Smurs. Frank Maloney and his Big Country Unit. There's a band that plays at Husby's a lot during the summer. They do the open mic night at Husby's on Monday nights.
Okay.
But these guys, they did a music video for. They just released an album this year, which go out and get it. Frank Maloney and his Big Country Unit. Then after that is Capital Games, directed by Cole Sheldon from Sheboygan. We talked about him earlier, but that's funny. In fact, I think that one was, correct me if I'm wrong, Cole, but I believe this was part of the 48-hour film challenge. Those are fun things where people will get together. I think this is done in Madison, where they get together on Friday night. They get 3 ingredients to a movie. I think this is how they still do it.
Wow.
3 ingredients to a movie, and go.
Oh my gosh.
And then by Saturday or Sunday afternoon, you're showing a movie that you wrote, directed, shot,
In 48 hours.
edited, and got it to the theater on Sunday night in 48 hours.
Wow.
So those are always fun to show, because not only, that one was done really, really well, And then you think, wow, they did that in 2 days. That's
crazy.
That's amazing. I want to make sure I'm on the right page here. The next one is Pickup by Sean Wisby out of Chicago, Illinois. That's a fun one about two guys in a basketball pickup game.
Cool.
That one's fun.
Yeah.
And then Swept Off by Melanie Gardner out of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. We've been showing this series for probably over 10 years now. I think it was 2011 or 12 that she showed, it was called Two Rivers. And since then, she's continuing the story. Mm-hmm. So this is third or fourth.
Okay.
I should know this, but it's a series of films.
Yeah, you're a busy guy.
So when people see this, they might remember that we've shown all segments at this festival. Next one is Vessel, directed by Michael Bennett Johnson. He is from Sturgeon Bay. I have not been able to talk to him about, because in his bio, he said he was somewhere else, but he's from Sturgeon Bay.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to get to know him and find out more about what's going on. The next one is 3 Hours Per Frame, Creating of Wood. This one's really cool. Morgan Jones directed it out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This guy's an animator, and he's retired in age. He's ready to finish doing this for a living. He worked on Gumby. He worked on James and the Giant Peach, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
so
wow.
like he had a great career as an animator. Decided to do his own movie that he did out of his basement, and this documents 5 years of him putting together, an animation where you just like change one little thing in the scene and stop motion it.
Okay.
And that one I also saw at Waiawega. You can't pitch Waiawega.
Go Waiawega.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me started. I love that one.
Nobody else can say these towns but us.
Yeah,
Sheboygan, Waiawega, Outagamie, yeah.
So then we have Waltzing with the Dead, which is a music video by Will Kaiser, directed by Mariah Kaler and Will Kaiser. We talked about him earlier. They're both from Appleton. And then we go back to another Jeff Blankenship movie called Last Rung on the Ladder. This one was adapted from a short story by Stephen King. Stephen King has put out a lot of his unoptioned short stories that have not been made into movies, that he feels, because a lot of his short stories became feature films. So he's been putting these out that you can buy these scripts, these short stories, with the intention of making a movie out of it.
Oh, wow.
And you can buy them for $1. So
way to go, Stephen
King.
King.
Anybody wants to do a Stephen King movie?
And he wants to get people interested.
Look up
good.
this project. It's kind of cool. But it's called Last Rung on the Ladder, and that is the last movie of these short films.
Okay.
So that's going to be an excellent way to finish up these shorts. 7 o'clock that night, we show a feature film called Love and Irony.
You know what's ironic?
This is directed by John Bisak out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I can't say enough. This one's it's a romantic comedy, and I was saying earlier about how the independent films and especially the feature films are just getting better and better and better. I feel that doing a romantic comedy is harder than anything that you're going to do out there, because the formula of a rom-com has, and even the word rom-com, people just kind of, I don't think I'm going to watch that. In their trailer, they said we're bringing back the rom-com, and boy, howdy did they do that. This is a really funny,
Okay.
interesting movie. That wraps up what we're going to be showing.
Okay. So how do people get tickets? Now, how do you do this? You can't see them all, can you?
Sure you can.
You can see them all.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
So
How does someone who has never done anything like this, how do they pick a movie? How do they see it? And who do they get a hold of? You know what I mean?
So you can get your tickets here at Northern Sky Gould Theater, the Northern Sky box office. They're taking care of all of that, so you can go to northernsky.com. So you can get your tickets there. We have this rundown is on our Facebook page.
Okay.
On the Facebook page for the Door County Short Film Festival, we are showing a lot of these trailers.
Yeah, you have trailers for these, so
Yep.
people can actually pick out which ones they they want to see. Yeah.
Yep. And then so you can come. It's $25 for a weekend pass.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you come,
So you don't have to. You can get a whole weekend pass and
Yeah.
see them. Oh.
Yeah, you come on the Friday night
I was just
films,
gonna
and
ask
you
you
come
that.
back on Saturday. You show your
I
ticket.
know the people who have to be afraid of the price. That's
Right.
not bad
$25
at all.
for 25 movies.
Wow,
$1 a movie.
that's a good deal, people. Can they bring popcorn?
Yes, but
you sell popcorn
there is,
here?
well, no, there is no popcorn in the theater.
You got to bring your own.
We have this wonderful space out here where we're sitting right now that they will have refreshments
Okay.
that they sell
Good to
here,
know.
and,
Good to know.
wine and other drinks.
Ooh, wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some light fare food.
Oh, good.
But
Good to know.
no food can go into
Perfect. Got
the
it.
theater.
Okay. God, Chris, but I had no idea that you did this. Because you're so quiet in the grocery store when we walk by.
best
I
kept
don't
secret,
say, hey, I'm
yeah.
the film guy.
Not sure if you want to keep something like this a secret, but
Okay, so I'm just going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Out of all the movies that you just mentioned, which one would you recommend to see the most? Well, it's not going to hurt anyone's feelings. He's just saying his own opinion.
I seriously am really excited about this feature film, Love and Irony.
Okay, and that's this one right here, the rom-com, the romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for rom-coms, and I really, really enjoy this movie.
Okay, so Love and Irony is his pick.
Yeah.
So
But one thing I do want to say in there, the reason that I do a film festival is more about meeting filmmakers, the meeting, the watching everybody like get in circles and talking about films here in the lobby is just as exciting for me as going inside and watching this movie.
For you especially, because you're this film guru watcher. Yeah. The rest of us just don't get to do that for a living.
Right.
Okay, well, we could talk about this all day, but I still think that this is super interesting. You have a lot of different movies. I saw a couple that I was thinking, wow, I'd love to see. I know my brother Rolf would love some of these. But come to the film festival, and I don't want to say short film festival because you do
can
have
say
the
that.
film. Yeah,
That's the name of it.
And check out their website at Northern Sky and see which ones you want to purchase. And I think the $25 pass is the way to go.
Yeah. And that is the ticket. You buy the pass, you got the whole weekend.
Yeah, well, thanks, Chris. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Door County Girl. And if you see Chris in the grocery store, you better get up and talk to him about the film festival because he's an introvert. But if you start talking about films, you might not get away.
Films and Minigo.
Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom of the page, and you'll meet more really interesting people that live in Door County like Chris. He's not the only guy that does the Red Putter. He does all the films festival. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.